Fluance RT82 review. Real proof this turntable actually sounds like vinyl should.
You've dropped the needle expecting that warm, alive sound everyone raves about, and instead got thin, wobbly, lifeless playback that made you question why you even bothered with vinyl. I've been there, watching a $200 suitcase player slowly eat my favorite records while the music just sounded wrong. Ever had a record you love suddenly feel embarrassing to play for friends? Tell me your worst vinyl disappointment in the comments. I'm reading every single one.
The pain isn't just the skipping or the wow and flutter that makes pianos drift sharp and flat. It's the quiet frustration of knowing something beautiful is trapped in those grooves, but your turntable refuses to let it out. It feels heavy, almost personal, like you're the one failing the music. But here's the truth. There's a calmer, cleaner, more joyful way to experience your records, and it's closer than you think.
Then I unboxed the Fluance RT82. Right away, the weight told me this wasn't another toy. The high-mass MDF plinth, real walnut veneer, and that servo-controlled motor that checks speed 500 times a second. The Ortofon OM10 cartridge tracks like it's glued to the groove, pulling out air, texture, and bass that actually has punch and control. The S-shaped tone arm glides without resonance. The isolation feet kill footfall noise, and because there's zero electronics in the signal path, you get spectacular clarity that feels effortless. I remember the night I almost sold my entire collection after a cheap player mangled a first-press Bowie. Put the same record on the RT82, and I sat there grinning like an idiot as the soundstage opened up and the vocals floated exactly where they're supposed to. Relief doesn't even cover it. Here's how it actually changes your listening life. Rock-solid speed gives you perfect pitch stability. The OM10 reveals micro details and dynamics. You suddenly notice separation and depth you've never heard before. You stop noticing the equipment and just fall back in love with the music. Experts call it the best value under $400. Lab tests clock wow and flutter at under 0.08%. Vinyl YouTubers recommend it as the first real turntable, and thousands of owners say the same thing. I went from embarrassed to proud every time I spin a record. One user said he moved apartments twice and it still performs flawlessly. Another audio engineer uses it daily and says it exceeds professional expectations. Yeah, it's manual and needs an external preamp. Turns out that's exactly why it sounds this pure. Curious why so many people say this one changed everything for them? Imagine never second-guessing pitch, never wincing at surface noise that isn't on the record, never feeling like you're missing half the music. That's what the Fluance RT82 delivers every single time you play. Join the creators, collectors, and everyday music lovers already experiencing warmer, deeper, more emotional vinyl playback. If you're ready for records to finally sound as good as you always hoped they could, tap the link in the description or pinned comment and bring home the RT82 today. Your collection deserves this.